I'm sorry, what? Did you say something? I didn't hear you. I was too busy looking at my art book from the collector's edition of Overwatch.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to ThuggedOT Thursday, your TLG weekly commentary. Now, I am very hyped to be making this video specifically because I have become a huge fan of this new video game franchise called Overwatch. Now, that is the footage that you're going to be seeing in the background. The video itself contains gameplay from two different characters that I play as very frequently, okay? Because I kind of wanted to give you guys a good contrast of two different play styles. Now, throughout the video, I'm going to be discussing my quick review or first impressions of it, simply because I want you guys to go out and buy this, okay? I've become a huge fanboy of Overwatch. It's not necessarily on the same level as like Halo or Mortal Kombat. Alright, but hey, you never know. Okay, you could get there. Blizzard knows what they're doing. The game is fantastic, and that's what we're going to discuss. But before we get into that, guys, just like in every episode, quick shout out to our Thug of the Week, gamertag Lupa Phoenix. Now, this is a very passionate fellow YouTuber and gamer who very openly admits to struggling with his grades throughout his school career. Now, after he was really inspired by the desire to help out his family, specifically his mother, he really started buckling down in high school and managed to finish high school with a great GPA. But not only that, he was also accepted into every single college that he applied for. So congratulations, man. Best of luck to you in the future. And let me know when you get that college degree so I can post it on all of the TLG social media. I'm proud of you, man. You definitely are a thug. Now, if you yourself want to get the Thug of the Week, or perhaps nominate one of your friends or family members, all you have to do is send me an email to thuglifegaming@yahoo.com letting me know what makes you a thug. So now, getting into our topic of discussion, let's talk about two things that, more often than not, determine how much you're really going to enjoy a game: how it looks and how it plays. For starters, the level design of Overwatch is without a doubt up there with some of the best that I've ever experienced. And you guys know I've played a shitload of video games, okay? But no doubt, this is up there with them, okay? Whether it's the pathways that have been created for the payload maps, or the specific routes that you can take to flank your enemy opponents by utilizing the abilities of a wide variety and very diverse pool of characters. It is quite evident how much time was spent designing these maps to complement all of the heroes in the game. But not only that, I mean, they also look freaking ridiculous. Like, there's a wide variety of colors, textures, weather that you'll be experiencing. But in case you guys haven't done it already, for my fellow Overwatch players out there, just start up a custom game on whatever map that you want and take a second to just look around. The set design for this game is awesome. You could be looking out into the water, looking at the birds flying around, scoping out into the horizon where there's a bunch of city buildings and mountains. You know, even though you're constrained to the limits and boundaries of a specific map, it somehow feels like part of something bigger, which is very difficult to pull off in a competitive FPS. You know, this isn't an open world RPG, but somehow it feels like it. Now, on top of that, as you're playing throughout each one of these maps, you'll start to notice yourself questioning how each one of them correlates with the Overwatch story. This is mainly caused by a ridiculous amount of Easter eggs that has been planted on each level, or kind of like simple things, like the random secret dialogue that can occur simply by standing next to a separate character. You'll find yourself asking questions like, hey, why the hell do Tracer and Widowmaker both hate each other? Is there like an ex-boyfriend that they both dated, or, like, was good? So it kind of forces you as a player to want to learn more about the Overwatch universe. Now, there isn't a campaign, which is completely fine because, I mean, the game was built from the ground up to be a competitive multiplayer shooter. But if you want to learn more about the Overwatch storyline and how all of the characters are woven together, you have to go do it by yourself. You got to go do it on your own, which normally sucks. But I think because of the very animated, cartoony vibe to this game and the characters within it, it doesn't feel so much like a hassle learning about the story. It's actually a lot of fun. Somewhat like as if, you're learning about one of your favorite comic book franchises. For a lot of the heroes out there, there's not a movie or television series that'll teach you about them. You've got to go do it yourself. But the process of doing that can be a whole lot of fun, and I think that's where Blizzard, really nails it with Overwatch. Now, the gameplay that you're seeing in the background is about to change. The character I'm currently playing as is known as Mei, who specializes in freezing her opponents. And now I'm playing as a support character named Lucio, who, depending on what song he's listening to in his headphones, he can either give his teammates a speed buff or a health buff, alright? Now, while we are on the topic, let's go ahead and discuss why the hell this is so damn cool. So, essentially, you have 21 characters to pick from. You may not play as all 21 of those characters, because if I'm being honest, alright, there's gonna be a few characters that the second you start playing with them, I'm gonna go ahead and assume, within the first 20 seconds, you're gonna be like, F this, I will never play as this guy again. Alright, and we all know who those are, Symmetra. Hey, but props to any of you guys that play as her. I always appreciate a good teleport. Anyway, when it comes to Overwatch, the game is damn near perfectly balanced, okay? If there is a specific player on the opposing team that is just tearing you guys up with whatever character, there is a specific hero that you can select that counters that player very well and will completely change the tide of the game. This level of complexity is so damn hard to pull off, and I've never really witnessed it on this level before, but I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're discussing the map design or each character's abilities. There is so much more of a thought process that has gone into the development of Overwatch than what people really notice on its surface. The employees over at Blizzard studied the hell out of FPS games from the past like Team Fortress 2, Quake, Unreal Tournament, and Call of Duty, okay, just to name a few. And they took a lot of very similar concepts from those games and incorporated it into Overwatch in order to kind of, give you a user experience that feels comfortable, relatable, but also nostalgic for the, vast majority of players that up until this point have never even heard of this franchise. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about before I get out of here happens to be one of my favorite aspects of this game, and I really got to give some major kudos to the developers over at Blizzard for finally figuring this out. They have essentially eliminated the concept of a kill-death ratio. Okay, now I can't just sit here and act like I'm not a KD whore, because I am. If a game is gonna list a kill-death ratio as one of my main stats, I want to look as diesel as possible. Now, they do have what are called kills in the game, which means, you did take away your enemy opponent's last bit of health. So you essentially killed him, right? But they shine more spotlight on what are called eliminations, by simply just putting a little bit of damage in an opponent. If that individual ends up dying, you're credited with eliminating him. The cool thing about that is you and your 5 other teammates can all be credited with an elimination if you all shoot at the same opponent. This basically forces selfish players out there to work more as a team, because if they want a large number of eliminations in order to make themselves look good, they have to land those, cross-map shots, and they've got to help out their teammates within firefights. But with that being said, guys, that is it for this video. That was my quick review of Overwatch. There is so much more to this game than what I have had time to discuss here in this video, so go out there, pick it up, shoot me a message, a friend request on Xbox Live, when I'm not editing or full of a bunch of TLG squad members. I love gaming with you guys. I love gaming with the fans. So, just shoot me a message, shoot me an invite. But as I sign out of here, guys, don't forget to comment below. Let me know what you think of Overwatch. Click that thumbs up button, share the video with your friends, and subscribe if you're digging the content. But I'll see everybody here in a couple of days. Keep living that life, because that is what thugs do. I'm out of here, guys. Take it easy.